Hi, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. It's Windup Wednesday. Come on in. So glad everyone can join me. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Love that song. Hi, everybody. Sorry I'm late today. So it happens. I was visiting with my mom today for a couple hours. She's going into back surgery on Friday. So I went and hung out with her today. So that's why I'm a little bit late today. Got a late start when I got back home, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure y'all don't care. But yeah, so that's the thing. Can y'all hear me okay? And do I sound all right? Does the sound clear? If not, let me know. I got a new interesting little giddy up here. So I've got my new microphone. If anyone followed me Friday, I had that on. Sounds good. Thank you. Thank you, Brady. I appreciate that. Awesome. So guys, no fireplace today. That's okay though. I'll do it for Fireside Friday. It is Wind Up Wednesday, so the fireplace is, maybe not the best, but, yeah, so it is what it is. It's Wednesday, middle of the week. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. I appreciate that. It should go well. She was really ill last year for like 8 months. So a very routine surgery is actually quite high risk for her. So I do appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. That is really necessary. So, FFLT Park, hey, Jordan Wilkins or Jonathan Williams tomorrow. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Honestly, I'm going to lean Jonathan Williams here. Jordan Wilkins is coming off of or may still have an ankle injury. So, it's not 100% for sure that he is going to play. And if he does play, it's very possible he's going to be limited. Also, the coaching staff really likes Jonathan Williams. They like his ethic. They like how he works. He's been doing awesome in practice. So I picked up Jonathan Williams. Yeah, that's going to get confusing. I picked him up everywhere that I could. I like him. So if you guys have an option there, it's a guessing game though. I can't guarantee any kind of a workload for him. I can just go off of what I've read, what the coaching staff has said, what my eyeballs told me last week when they played. So I do. I like Jonathan Williams there. So I would start him. Again, it's fantasy football. You never know what's going to happen, but I do feel pretty confident about that. Let's hope Marlon Mack has a fast recovery and he can get back in time for the playoffs. Who knows? So guys, it is week 12. It's still crazy to me every time I say the next week. So how are the vibes in Phoenix? DJ headed downhill. That's pretty scary, right? I don't know. Kenyon Drake looks to be the guy there. So Jimmy G or Josh Allen? That's a good question. Josh Allen kind of has a bad matchup, but he can run. Who are the 49ers playing? I am not prepared for this weekend's game. That usually happens on Friday, so bear with me while I look at that. Let's see who else asked the question. So Jimmy G or Josh Allen? Hang on, let me take a look. I always feel so rushed when I'm under pressure like this. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm looking at. When in reality, it's really not that hard. Let's see, they play Green Bay. I'm going to take a look at what Green Bay does against quarterbacks. Ugh, they're kind of surprisingly stout at 8. They've only allowed They've allowed 12 passing touchdowns, but they've also given 9 interceptions. That's a little jank. I don't like that much. Let's see. What about Buffalo? Dem Bills. That is a great question. Hold on. I'm so not prepared, guys. Sorry. Thank you for bearing with me here. Oh, man. Ooh, against the Broncos. Gnarly. Gross. I would go Jimmy G here. And let's hope Emmanuel Sanders is more healthy than he was and it's just a pain tolerance. So I would lean Jimmy G here. I don't love it. I don't love it at all, but I would lean here, especially if we have Kittle back. That's going to be a thing. Because if Kittle's back, for sure, Jimmy G. So, and then, E-Man, you've got 2 questions, both standard. OBJ or Marvin Jones Jr. This week, I like OBJ. I do. Marvin Jones, he's a boom bust candidate, because of Jeff Driscoll. I understand we've gotten lucky and he's been scoring some touchdowns. Like, I think he scored 2 last week. but I do like OBJ. I like OBJ a lot against Miami. So I think Baker Mayfield, who I tried to pick up as well as a streaming option, I think he's going to have more time in the pocket, which means he should go do his checkdowns. This should be a Jarvis Landry game, but I do think that OBJ is going to find the end zone. I trust OBJ a little bit more than Marvin Jones. And then Sony Michel or Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman here for sure. Sony Michel is starting to get phased out of that offense with Rex Burkhead back and healthy. So I would go Tevin Coleman over Sony Michel. And then, hey, Rocky, how you doing? And, okay, they play Green Bay. Thank you. I know, it took me a minute. Sorry, y'all. And, oh, hey, how you doing? Josh Gordon or Darius Slayton. I love both, but I'm going to lean a little bit towards Darius Slayton because it's possible Evan Ingram is out or limited. So I like Slayton for that big play. But I do like Josh Gordon too. Those are both good choices. Yeah, I think I would go Slayton there, but I do like Josh Gordon. That's a tough one. Let's see what the Google machines have to say about this. And if you guys don't know this already, this is kind of one of my secret weapons. I literally just Google like Josh Gordon or Darius Slayton. And then all of these awesome websites such as the Fantasy Footballers, who I write for, and Fantasy Pros, they give awesome start-sit tools. They'll give you advice. That's what I use, and I'm a writer for fantasy football. I don't know all this crap on the top of my head, but okay. So, yeah, it looks like Darius Slayton is going to be the winner, in that, let's go, that's a full PPR. Let's go ahead and do a standard, just for S's and giggles. Let's see what they have to say about this. Yeah, Darius Slayton. So, yeah, Darius Slayton over Josh Gordon, but I am very interested to see how Josh Gordon, continues to get utilized in that, offense. That's what you call it. That's what you call it. My bad. Faith. Oh, hey, Faith. Debo or Sanders? Excellent question. Debo, for volume, especially in PPR. Yeah, I would go Debo Samuel. I don't like that, though. That stinks. Because I have Emmanuel Sanders everywhere, and I really want him to do well. But yeah, it looks like Debo is really starting to emerge, as a reliable target for Jimmy G. That's also if Kittle does not play, too. So keep an eye on that for this matchup. And then, Rocky, you're in full. Woo! Hold on. Sit one, DK Metcalf, Courtland Sutton, or Calvin Ridley. Ugh, I like all of them. No! Man, I don't like that. So, I love DK Metcalf. But, I don't know. Courtland Sutton has a really hard matchup, but he's almost like an auto start because he's the only one there that can catch a ball. Calvin Ridley is really starting to heat up, especially against Tampa Bay. That one is super hard. So off the top of my head, I am going to say sit DK Metcalf. That's the one I think you should sit, and you should start Calvin Ridley and Courtland Sutton. That's what I'm going to go with. I like that. Excellent question, guys. Keep these coming. The harder I have to work at answering your questions means the better your teams are, so bring it. I love it. And you are welcome, Rocky. As always, I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. So, Mikey, you say pick 3. Boyd, Juju, Golden Tate, Brandon Cooks, Robbie Anderson. Boyd and Juju off the table. Don't start them. Golden Tate for sure. Brandon Cooks for sure if he plays, and Robbie Anderson for that upside. So, I don't think Juju's going to play. If he does, he may be very limited, and I just don't know about Mason Rudolph. Tyler Boyd is garbage as long as Ryan Finley is the quarterback, and there is no A.J. Green. So, again, let me just reiterate that. Golden Tate for sure, Brandon Cooks, and Robbie Anderson. But just pray with Robbie Anderson because he has to score a touchdown to be legitimate, and that's going to be your I need an excuse to drink a lot of alcohol player. Just letting you know. So you can literally blame that on him the entire game. I will forgive you. All right. And then we got Terry McLaurin or Hollywood this week. Ooh, no! Yeah, that is barf. That barf emoji or the nausea emoji is acceptable there. Problem with Terry McLaurin, as we all know, he's going to rely on Dwayne Haskins, which is no bueno. But Hollywood Brown, he has been a little hit or miss. So I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna refer to my powerful machine here, and oh god, they're saying here it's gonna be Terry McLaurin. Ask me again on Friday, or tweet me with that so I can have time to think about that because that is hard. I don't want to be in your spot, McNeil. That stinks. So ask me again later. Not today. Like later. Let me like incubate that for a while and really think and see if like the answer comes to me. And then let's see. Flex spot. Singletary, Hollywood Brown, or Sanu. If you are in a standard, I would go ahead and go with Singletary. If you're in a PPR, I would go with Sanu. I know he had a crappy game last week, but I think he'll bounce back from that. Yeah, PPR, Sanu, standard Singletary. I like that. Run Boys, hey, how are my friends doing? Let's see. Tate Anderson, if no Cooks, then Boyd. Yeah, he was answering you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your help. And then, how long have I been a carpenter? I just celebrated my 7th wedding anniversary. Let's see. And then give you 4, the Bomber 2. Give me 4 out of 5 to start. OBJ, Amari Cooper. Check on Amari Cooper's status. I think he's banged up. DJ Chark for sure. Williams. Oh, Terrell Williams. Okay. So 4 out of 5. Beckham, Chark. Okay. This is going to be conditional, Bomber. So, OBJ, Chark, and Devontae Parker. Those 3 for sure. And then if Amari Cooper is good to go, I would play him. If he is not, pivot to Tyrell Williams. Because Tyrell Williams is going to be boom or bust. I just really worry about Cooper's... I worry about... they're playing the Patriots, aren't they? Yeah, that stinks too. Barf. But you can't sit Amari Cooper. That's really hard to do. So... Ooh, that's tough. If Amari Cooper's hurt, play Tyrell Williams. Yeesh. That's hard. But that's a great team. Excellent wide receivers. I know, it feels gross. I hear you, Mikey. And then, let's see. How do I feel about Jameis rest of the year? Shockingly enough, I feel pretty good about him. I love Jameis Winston. I know he throws a lot of interceptions, guys, but I'm in a league where we have a lot of bonus points for long bombs downfield that can wipe out interceptions. His schedule looks really nice moving forward for the rest of the year. He has a quote-unquote good matchup in Atlanta. I'm pivoting away from him this week because Atlanta's defense over the last 2 weeks has really stepped up to the plate, and they are not getting the kudos I think they deserve. And they're going to give Jameis Winston a gigantic headache, even more so than he gives himself. So I don't love him this week. Even though the matchup on paper looks nice, I don't like it. But if you're in a league where interceptions don't completely screw you, you can feel pretty good about Jameis Winston, but again, he is really good for giving people headaches. I know, not super awesome, but if you need someone to stream this week, I really like Derek Carr, and I also really like Sam Darnold. I'm actually starting Sam Darnold over Jameis Winston. And why is the rum always gone player? Exactly. And then Rocky Devereaux, should my Bears go after Teddy Bridgewater or Cam Newton next season? One can be hopeful. Mitch sucks. So yeah, that's a shame. I would, if I were the Bears, I would go after Cam Newton. That's what I would do. And first you have to fire Matt Nagy. He's got to go. No bueno. And let's see. Someone likes Hollywood Brown. I agree. The game could be a shootout. I agree. That's a tough one. That's why I have to think about it. And then the Bomber need 4 out of 5. Okay, I think you just answered that one. If not, I'll answer it again. The 3 for sure you definitely need to start, Bomber, are OBJ, Parker, and DJ Chark. Those are your 3 for sure. If Amari Cooper is healthy and a full go at practice, play Amari Cooper, drink a lot because it's against the Patriots. You're going to hate it. If he is banged up and cannot go, obviously Tyrell Williams, if that helps you. If not, tweet it to me again on Twitter, and I'll just repeat it if you need to. I don't get mad, guys, if you repeat questions. I don't mind at all. All right, so Mikey, PPR flex. Mark Andrews. Oh, I love Mark Andrews. Golden Tate, Jamison Crowder, Curtis Samuel. First of all, excellent players you have there on your roster. Second of all, if you're in a full PPR, I like Jamison Crowder. But literally, you could flex all of these guys with the exception of Curtis Samuel because I like DJ Moore just a hair more. I like all of these guys. Mark Andrews is a touchdown. I don't want to say touchdown dependent, but he does get a lot of his fantasy points on touchdowns. He almost is kind of guaranteed to get touchdowns, so that's why I like Mark Andrews. Jamison Crowder kind of just gets those dinks and dunks all the way down the field. So as of today, Mikey, I like Jamison Crowder. But again, tweet this to me or send it to me in a message before Sunday's matchup so that I can look at this again. But right now, I love Jamison Crowder. I love that. So that's who I would go with if I were in your position. But excellent players on your squad, BT Dubs. And then Cooper's going to have Stephon Gilmore on him. I know, Bomber, I know. That's why I understand you're having, some struggles with who you want to start. And it just stinks because Amari Cooper is so good. If you really want to stay away and pivot away from Amari Cooper, I don't blame you. But understand that your other option there to put in besides him is going to be Tyrell Williams, who is incredibly touchdown dependent. So I think it's kind of almost equal. They're like a 50-50, but Amari Cooper I think is a little bit better. But again, he is going against Stephon Gilmore, so that could be no bueno. So use your gut on that one. But those big three that I told you about before, I like those as for sure starts. And then I am good. Thank you for asking. And then you have Cooper on the bench. Okay, then go with your gut there. If you think he needs to stay there, stay there. Because that's really what is, when you guys are doing your lineups and you don't know really who to start that player that if he doesn't do well, you're not going to be kicking yourself in the butt for not starting or starting. Always play it safe that way. Because we can't guarantee who's going to play well. Obviously, it's fantasy football. But what we can do is we can kind of give you an idea. But this is your lineup. So you go with who you feel is the best person to start in that position. And then, hi Tim, how are you doing? And then, thank you, Rum Boys. And then, let's see, Rogers Chubb. Oh, this is interesting. You have Rogers. Oh, man. Okay. So you have Rogers, Chubb, Hyde, Breida, OBJ, Amari Cooper, DJ Chark, Tyrell Williams, Parker, and is that Derrick Henry or Hunter Henry in a 12-team league? You're 2-8. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. This has been a very weird year for fantasy football. A lot of studs that we thought were going to do really well have not panned out. They haven't panned out. That stinks, but you know what? Don't give up. Do not give up. Let's say there's no chance in hell you're going to make the playoffs with a record like 2-8. That's tough. Play spoiler. Just ruin the lives of your league mates and play spoiler. Okay, Nagy is awful. Very true. So, Tim, you need a streamer. Baker, Darnold, Jimmy G, or Brissett. I will rank them in order that I like them. Baker Mayfield, and actually, you have them in that exact order. So, I like Baker Mayfield, then Sam Darnold, then Jimmy G, then Jacoby Brissett. Speaking of Brissett, we're going to talk a little bit here about that TNF game tomorrow. There's really not much to super discuss, so it's a... And then, Rocky, the Bears GM job. You're applying for the Bears GM job if you get it and you're hired as an advisory assistant. I am there. As long as I can, video chat. I don't have to be there in person because I'm in Florida. So, that really wouldn't work going to Chicago, especially since I'm a St. Louis girl, born and raised. So, but sure, apply for that job. If you get it, I'll help you out. I will help you out. And Mike, you're still 4-7. I feel you. I know. I'm really fighting for playoff spots in a lot of my leagues because I have big name players that really pooped the bed, which stinks. So Jared Goff, Jared Goof. I don't know if you meant to do that on purpose, but if you did, I like it. Jared Goof or Mitchell Trubisky. Sadly enough, I would go with Goff here. I hate it. Stream somebody else. Go pick up Sam Darnold. Don't play either of those two. Go stream another quarterback. Garbage. No, you don't want to have either of those two. I understand Jared Goof could look tantalizing because he could possibly have Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and Brandon Cooks back. And his offensive line is starting to look a little bit better. I still don't trust him. He is a turnover machine, kind of like Jameis Winston. So if you can, go stream someone like Baker or Sam Darnold or Derek Carr. And let's see, rank them. Jason, Mike, Andy, or Brooks. That's mean. That's mean. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, maybe this is your first time, maybe you've never heard of me, you guys can all find me on social media at Stepmom Lauren. My name is Lauren Carpenter. I am a writer for The Fantasy Footballers, and as FFLT Park has just pointed out, The Fantasy Footballers are Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright, and the producer is Brooks. If I had to really rate them, I think Brooks would be my champ. I work with Brooks a lot because he is my editor as well as their producer. So I communicate with Brooks weekly, sometimes multiple times a week because he edits my articles and helps me out with things. So I think Brooks is my champ. But other than that, those three guys, they're kind of like your fun uncles. You don't love one more than the other. I know Brooks may be better. I don't know, but they're all four amazing. Everybody loves Brooks. He's fantastic. So I'm not answering that question. Trying to get me into a pickle. I see what you're doing there. And yeah, this year has been insane, Run Boys, for sure. And then, yeah, you need a big week. I feel you. I think we all need a big week, but there's no one who understands that more than myself, and I say that only because I know my own teams and my own leagues. So I'm sure you guys all have similar stories as well. I'm literally in the middle of the pack in a lot of leagues. I made a big trade in my Ballers Riders League to actually get me into a push where I may have the opportunity to get into the playoffs if I have a lot of luck on my side with other teams losing. So I did get very lucky on Monday that I was able to squeak out a win, barely, to the guy who's in first place. So that was a really big win for me. I'm sure we're all like that though, guys, but just don't give up. If you're right there in that middle, there is still a chance for you to make it. I mean, you may need luck. I totally get that because I'm right there with you. But, scour that waiver wire. If you guys still have trades, try making trades. It could happen. So just make it fun. And if it's totally off the plate, like I said before, play spoiler. Be that person that everybody hates. And then you can be like, I ruined your chance at the playoffs. What? And then you can really have that going for you because that's fun too. All right. And then E-Man, Jacoby Brissett or Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen, especially if you if you have a league that scores higher for rushing quarterbacks, but both of them are good options. Tim, you need 2 PPR, Manny Sanders, Gallup, Parker, Crowder, or Debo. Interesting. You have a lot. Why just 2? Can we pick more than 2? For right now, Tim, I'm going to say safety. Go ahead and go with Crowder and Gallup. And if you need upside, go with... shoot. I need to think about that. Run Boys, what do you think? What do you guys think about Tim's predicament? Tim, tweet me that so I can think about it. I don't like giving just crap off the top of my head if I really don't know the answer because I don't want to give you garbage advice. I want to have a chance to sit down, research it, take a look at it. I don't know about that one. That's tough. You've got a lot of really good receivers, Tim. I like it. It's only a 2 wide receiver league. If you have a flex, see if you can try to put someone in there. And then Rumboys thinks Emmanuel Sanders and Debo could be a great combo. The only thing is Emmanuel Sanders' injury worries me. But yeah, you totally could do those 2. But I don't know. That just seems like it's too many mouths from one pie. I don't know about, that made any sense. All right, cool. So guys, let's just go through these slides real quick. My husband's about to come home and my dogs will start barking. So, wait, Manny, no. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. All right, so week 12, guys. Windup Wednesday. We are looking at the Colts versus the Texans for the Thursday night breakdown. Thursday night fantasy game preview, whatever this Windup Wednesday thing you want to call it. I don't know. I mean, you guys name it. Whatever. So, guys, the Colts defense versus the quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. So, this is very interesting. The Colts against the quarterback are 13th. Which sucks for Deshaun Watson coming out of a really horrible game. But it's Deshaun Watson. And every time he has a bad game, he bounces back with like an astronomical amount of points. So you're fine playing Deshaun Watson. Don't freak out. All right. So then against the running backs, they're 7th. Against wide receivers, they're 14th. Against tight ends, they're 16th. Guys, there's only 2 players on the Texans that I want to play. And it's going to be Deshaun Watson and Hopkins. That's it. Stay away from it. I don't like it, especially because it's Thursday. Don't waste players like Carlos Hyde or Duke Johnson. Don't waste spots on your roster. It's ugly. I don't like it. Now that I've said that, because it's Thursday night, watch them all score touchdowns, and I look like a complete moron. But on paper, this is gross. On the other side of the ball, the Texans defense against quarterbacks, 27th. Looks really good for Jake Brisket. If you guys need a streaming quarterback, he's an option. Just make sure you go through some rankings on different websites to see what are these other experts are ranking these guys at to make your start-sit decision. Against the running back, 24th. So, like I said, Jonathan Williams, I love him. But if you guys couldn't get Jonathan Williams, when you have Jordan Wilkins, if he's healthy, you might have to start him. If you have Nyheim Hines, he's heavily involved in the passing game. I love that. Wide receiver, they're 25th. So, guys, we're looking at Zach Pascal to have a great game. T.Y. Hilton might even be back in this game. So, he is an option to take a look at as well. Tight end, I don't love the tight end in this. So I would not start Eric Ebron and I would not start Jack Doyle unless you absolutely have to. Those are 2 I'm not in love with. And guys, I also do write a Thursday night breakdown for fakepigskin.com, which will be coming out tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is my birthday. I am going to be lazy and doing nothing. So if you guys tweet me and it takes me a little while to get back to you on Thursday, I am sorry. I am literally having a me day and I'm trying not to look at my phone or do anything crazy. I just have a few things I have to get done in the morning. But I'm having a me day for my birthday. I'm turning 25 for the 11th time. That's how it works. And thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Also, just my schedule. I will be on the Sports Outliers podcast tonight, which should be dropping later tonight and tomorrow morning. I'm also going to be on Kate and Michelle's Ball Blast pod tomorrow evening, even though it's my birthday. So that's at 7. So that should be dropping later this week as well. So you'll be able to find me on some podcasts this week. So let me just go through this real quick. Like I just already mentioned, your Colt starters, Brissett if you need a streamer. Jonathan Williams, he's a great sleeper if you guys couldn't get him. Nyheim Hines if you guys couldn't get Jonathan Williams. Jordan Wilkins if he's healthy. Zach Pascal, keep an eye on T.Y. Hilton. For the Texans, the only people I feel comfortable starting are Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. So, it's Wednesday. Waivers have passed. Go and see who your league mates had to drop to pick up somebody to either cover for the bye, because we do have a couple teams on a bye, or if they had to pick up somebody because of injury, or if they rage drop somebody, whatever. Go look at your waivers, see who is available because of these waivers that have cleared. I love doing that. It's like one of my favorite times. It's like, oh, who'd everybody drop? Because you can find some pretty nice gems. And then, guys, that's all I have for you. Again, you guys can find me Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Stepmom Lauren. I also have a website, stepmomlauren.com. I put all my work up there. I'm a little behind. I have to add a couple of I have to add a couple articles to it, and I'll also be updating with some new podcasts that I've been on. So, and thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. And yeah, so it's going to be kind of busy for me the next couple of days, but I will see you guys again on Friday around the same time, between 4 and 4:30 for Fireside Friday, where I'm going to be looking into a whole bunch of the weekend matchups, who the best starts are, maybe some sleepers, maybe some streamers that you may need. So let me just see if I missed this question here. You were offered Chris Godwin for OBJ and Carlos Hyde. Yes. I like that trade. I would definitely take Chris Godwin and get rid of the headache of OBJ and Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde's schedule for the rest of the year is garbage. It's really, really, really tough. The Texans do not have a good schedule. So if I were in your position, I would replace Chris Godwin with OBJ. And yeah, take Chris Godwin, get rid of OBJ and Carlos Hyde. I like that. And Run-Bys, you guys are so welcome. So yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Good luck on your Thursday matchups. I will see you all back here on Friday for Fireside Friday. So have fun, guys. And remember, I might be a little late on Friday. It happens. But I appreciate you guys joining me today. As always, good luck.